Hi everybody, it's me, Curry T, and I'm back with another video. And in this video, I'm going to share with you what happened recently in a coaching session that I had for me with my coach, because it was awesome and I think that some of you will be able to relate. So I went to my coach and I said, I've got this feeling, I'm really struggling to let go of this feeling of shame or this feeling like I'm bad or I'm not good, because I knew where it had come from. It had come from my younger years, when I was very, very anxious in my teen years, and I felt like I was the only one who knew what I was going through, and I was always in my head, always trying to think my way out of it, which was just driving me around in circles and circles. I was just desperate to get out of feeling so anxious, and so it seemed to everybody that I just was so self-absorbed. I was just thinking about myself all the time. And it was really difficult for me to connect with other people, to relate to other people. I was just going through hell. And really, the motive for me thinking about myself all the time was so that I could stop feeling so bad, so that I could understand myself, so that I could let go of whatever it was that was making me so obsessive about what might happen, my worries, my anxiety, so that I could have better relationships with other people. And it all was coming from a good place. But lots of people around me didn't understand it, and they used to say, what are you worrying about? You've got nothing to worry about, and things like, there's people who've got it so much worse than you've got nothing to cry about. And it made me feel really bad, like there was something wrong with me. I shouldn't be thinking about myself all the time. I shouldn't be so self-obsessed. And people are looking at me and they're calling me selfish because I can't stop thinking about my anxiety. And it felt like it was so unjust and unfair. It was so frustrating because I saw myself as a really loving person who deeply loves the people around me and really cares about everybody and wanted to be the best I could be, but just couldn't be at that time. And to be called selfish and self-obsessed just felt so not fair and not right. And the way that I described it to my coach was, it felt like I was in a glass bottle. And I was in this glass bottle of shame, and I was looking at everybody saying, let me out of here, let me out. I'm not supposed to be in here. I'm not selfish. I'm not bad. I've done nothing wrong. I promise you, I'm a good person. And I just want everything to be okay, but I'm scared. I'm so scared, and I'm in this bottle. And everybody can see me, but no one really gets it. Nobody can really see how I'm actually feeling in the bottle. All they can see is me going, listen to me, listen to me, listen to me, listen to me, look at me, look at me, look at me, right? That's what it felt like. I just couldn't get out of that perception that I felt people had of me at the time. And that feeling of feeling stuck and trapped. And like, if I ever said anything about myself from that point, then people would just say, oh, look, she's talking about herself again, or she's thinking about herself again. And it felt really uncomfortable, like, this isn't me. And I couldn't shake it, and I just couldn't shake it, even until recently when I brought this to my coach and I said, I don't understand. I just feel like I'm trapped in the bottle. I'm shouting, I'm screaming, and no one can hear me. And I feel like I'm stuck with the perceptions of how other people are seeing me. And it doesn't feel good. It makes me feel really bad about myself. And he said, okay, who's in the bottle? Who's in the bottle? If you were to go in the bottle, who's there? Who are you? Who are you? Who do you think you are? Who is the girl who's shouting and screaming and saying, listen to me, listen to me. That's not me, that's not me. And I felt this huge sigh of relief to just go into the bottle and say, I see you. I know you don't mean any harm. I know you're not selfish. I know you deeply love and care about everybody in your life. I know you're just confused. I know this has been really, really hard for you. And it felt like a really deep connection to myself, to the girl who was stuck in the bottle. And in my mind, what I felt like was that the bottle started to sort of disappear. I could have climbed out of it maybe, but in my imagination, the bottle started to fade away because my reliance on other people's perceptions of me were not dependent on what I felt about me, So when I went into the bottle and I said, I see you, and I asked myself, who is that girl who wants to be seen and loved and validated? And when I gave that to myself, it was like this awesome, amazing sense of connection that I'd been looking for outside of myself for so long. And this is the thing, you know, sometimes the coach needs coaching, because I know all of this stuff, but I needed a coach to be able to mirror that to me. I needed my coach to be able to say, this is the thing that you're not seeing. And it was so lovely to be able to have my coach say to me, I see you. I see the girl in the bottle too. You know, I see who you are, and I believe you when you say that you're a loving, good person. I know that's who you are. Oh, wow. It was such a powerful session, and I just released so much stuff. I cried, and oh gosh, I feel it all coming up now actually. Like, you know, it was such a big, heavy thing that I carried for so long, and it was so amazing to feel that sort of sense of connection to myself. So I just wanted to tell you this story, to share it with you, because I know that sharing personal stories is such a good way of relating to people and connecting to people, and maybe you can relate to that story. Maybe you can connect to that feeling of feeling so frustrated with the way you think the world might see you, and wanting to get out of a certain perception that people might have of you. And all you've got to do is go in to the bottle, into the room, or wherever you see yourself trapped or stuck, and say, who are you? Who is that girl who's saying, listen to me, when no one can hear? Who is that? Who is that person? The only person who really needs to see us now is ourselves. So what had happened with me in this situation is that for years I'd been looking outside of myself for validation and a sense of approval and love. And I'd been looking at my family and my friends for that. So when people started saying to me that I was selfish and I was self-obsessed and I only ever thought about myself, I believed them, because that was my habit of relying on external validation. I didn't know any better. I was completely reliant on it. So when people are saying that and reflecting that back, that's what I told myself was true, and I believed it. So I started judging myself. I started judging my own emotions and judging my anxiety and saying, it's bad that you've got this. It's bad that you feel like this. You shouldn't feel like this, and you shouldn't think like that, and you shouldn't talk like that, and you should never talk about yourself. And sometimes, you know, we can have a feeling and we don't know what the feeling is, and we don't know how to put our finger on what that feeling is, or, you know, name it, because it's so old and we don't really know where it came from. So this is where my coach said to me, where is it in your body? And I said, it's here. And he said to me, if you could ask that feeling what it wants to say, what would it say? And at first I was going, I don't know. And then suddenly I said, stuck, just stuck, trapped. Those are the only words. Didn't know what else to say, just stuck and trapped. And then he said, where are you? And I said, I'm in a glass bottle. I'm in a glass bottle saying, help! I'm in the wrong place. I'm in the wrong bottle. People have put me in this one and I should be in this one. Because it didn't feel right. It didn't feel true for me to be there and for people to be perceiving me like that. It's just that I was going through a very difficult time. And at the time, you know, mental health awareness in general was nothing like what it is now. And so it was quite difficult for people to understand. And I'm not saying that anyone did anything wrong or blaming anyone or anything like that. I think it just honestly was misunderstanding, miscommunication. And the truth is that I was thinking about myself all the time. So that's what they saw. And the reason why I was thinking about myself all the time was because I was just so desperately trying to get out of that state. So just for context, this is, you know, when I was sort of 14 to 18, really. It was a long period of time where I was very, very, very anxious. So those questions that he asked me just helped me so much to come to my own conclusions. And that's why coaching is powerful, because sometimes we can do all the thinking in the world, we can watch all the videos in the world, but actually sometimes we do need someone to ask us the right questions so that we can find our own answers. Now, if that feeling somehow gets triggered in me, I can go back to that visualization now that I had of me going into the bottle and saying, I see you, it's okay. and the bottle just fades away and I feel connected to myself again. And it's amazing. It was such a brilliant, awesome session. So I hope this video has been helpful. If you would like some information about some one-to-one coaching, I'm going to leave a link below. I've also got a 20% discount at the moment on my coaching and my courses to say thank you for 4,000 followers, 4,000 subscribers. That is amazing. So I'm very grateful and I would love to speak to you, get to know more of you. So if you'd like to book a session or a package of sessions, you can find more information on my website, and I'll see you in the next video.